So yesterday afternoon, news broke out that Aaron Taylor Johnson will play Kraven the Hunter in the Kraven movie. This got me thinking, how can Sony make a movie about Kraven the Hunter since he's a villain and I don't feel like we've ever really rooted for him? Well, after much thought and much thinking and much of ideas in my head flowing around, I finally think I got a good sense of how they can do this. And that's why I'm making this video. How to make Kraven the Hunter a character the audience can root for while staying true to the character. Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching Jerry Entertainment, me. Before we get started, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It took me a lot of time to make this video. I put a lot of effort to it, so I really hope if you'd like to like and subscribe, as well as keep getting great content like this. For example, I made a video about whether Venom should be rated R, Venom 2, and yeah, the link is over here. I also very recently made a video about explaining who the Eternals are, breaking down each member, their powers, origins, relationships. So feel free to check out that video. Also be in the corner, especially since the trailer just came out and there's a movie there. So if you want to know more about them, check it out in the corner. Also comment what you're hoping to see from this movie. I'm personally hoping to see the hunter side of Kraven. I've always really liked that. So, but yeah, now let's get started. So, how can Sony make Kraven the Hunter a rootable character in his own movie? Well, I think I've come up with some pretty good ways to make Kraven the Hunter a rootable character, and this is without changing the character. All these ways are an integral part of his character that are in the comics and other media. So I am trying to not change the character or nothing. I think he should stay true to his character. But all these there's certain personalities of him that could shine to make this character rootable. So let's get started with the first one. Well, first, keep Kraven as that obsessed hunter. This might come as a shocker, especially since hunting is viewed pretty bad right now. But this is an integral part of his character, and changing it is not even Kraven anymore. So you have to keep the hunting part, but especially to keep the obsession part of that hunting. Why? Well, the obsession hunting is a possibility to make Kraven do something good for the people, and killing an animal or a creature or someone that is harming innocent people that no one can kill. This will make very much sense since the whole reason why he wants to kill Spider-Man is because he's a hard person or a hard thing to kill. So giving him a prey that is really hard to kill to prove that he's the greatest hunter is very in character and will allow him to do something heroic for the people at the same time. So this will let the audience root for him because he's gonna save people, but at the same time, Kraven is doing it to prove that he's the greatest hunter of all time, which is exactly in his character. Another integral part of his character is keeping his codes. He has a code of honor and he likes to hunt fairly. So this code of honor and him hunting fairly could make him different from other hunters. What do I mean? Well, clearly Kraven's not going to be the only person that's trying to hunt this animal or creature or whatever it is. Obviously, he's not. It's not going to be a one person that's he just decides to do it. No, it's going to be a bunch of people. So perhaps this could serve as a comparison to other hunters. Maybe other hunters are using innocent civilians to take out the prey, and Kraven doesn't do that because he is not a super bad person. He still has a heart. So maybe keeping a heart in him and being able to compare him to other worse people will help the character be more rootable to the audience. Another key characteristic from Kraven that would definitely help him be rootable to the audience is his great sense of humor. He has a great sense of humor. I've seen numerous parts in cartoons or comics where he has great jokes, and I think if they put that incredible sense of humor into the character in the movie, the audience would just be more compelled to like them and root for him more. So definitely for sure dive into his jokes. It's definitely gonna help. So I do think that for this Kraven movie, you still need to have his evil type of side, his more hunting side, the more violent side, because it's a Kraven movie and it's the first one. So you have to start from a starting point, and maybe over time you work to him being a little bit better, especially since in the comics he does become sort of like an anti-hero, but it takes a bunch of time. So I think the movies itself can build to that. So I think perhaps in this movie you can make him kill other hunters that are killing civilians, so that it doesn't look super bad, but he's still doing bad stuff. And with that, you can have great action sequences too. Like you can go into his brain and just think of all the amazing ways that you build a trap to hunt, or an action sequence in him just hunting other hunters. I think that would be incredible. So definitely dive into that, because there's a bunch of untapped potential with Kraven himself, and I think that it would really help the movie having amazing action sequences on hunting, since he's Kraven the Hunter. That's supposed to be his strongest part. That's supposed to be the strongest part of his character. So definitely have that in the movie. And also because with Cruella coming out this weekend, we're already starting to see some of the reviews that are being very divisive, because they're saying that they're trying to change Cruella to be more of a hero type of person, and that they're kind of betraying the character. So definitely don't betray the character. He should definitely still be doing bad things, and don't shy away from him doing bad things. Just overall make him have one good thing, so that the audience is rooting for him to complete his mission, but the audience isn't super like he should still not be a hero. He should still not be an icon. He should be a character that you see a bunch of flaws in him, and he is slowly working to getting them. For example, he's also very cocky. He has a lot of cockiness, and perhaps throughout the movie, maybe he has a partner in crime or something, and that partner in crime maybe dies because of his cockiness, and maybe that will let Kraven go a little bit lower in the cockiness, lower it down, be a little bit more um, humble, be a little bit more humble. And I definitely think that would help also his character be a little bit more rootable. You see him going through a terrible loss, maybe you see him, you see that it was his fault, and you feel for him. You're like, yeah, I feel bad for him. He really let him, he really messed up, and then you see him trying to be better than that. You see him not try to be so cocky, and not try to be so this, and not try to be so that. And it would make sense, because we still got the character that we were promised at the start of the movie, and then something traumatic happened to his life that changed him, which is still what happened in the comics. He still got changed over time. So maybe we see the start of the change, making maybe he's a little more humble by the end of the movie, a little bit more in control, a little bit less cocky, a little bit less violent, a little bit less I gotta kill the best living things. Maybe he's a little bit nicer. So I definitely think that he should go through that change, but he should be slowly. Maybe throughout the movies, maybe at the end of the first movie, we see him, like I said, be a little bit more humble, and then throughout the movies, we see him turn a little bit more good and a little bit more good, until eventually we get to a good spot with Kraven, which I think would work perfectly. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that these reasons will stay in character and will make him rootable to the audience? I certainly do. That's why I made this video. But I'll be curious to hear your opinion, as well as what you would take out, what you would add. I'll be reading them. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this. But yeah, I think that this will make a really good movie for Kraven. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. It would really help. And like I said, I put a lot of effort into this video, so it would also be very nice, and I would very much appreciate it. I'm also going to be working on a video about Kraven and where I think that the franchise should go, or not just Kraven, but also Venom. I think I'm going to make a video on why I think that this should be a movie between Kraven versus Venom. So stay tuned for that, and how I think that should work. So definitely subscribe if you want to see that. And if it already came out, maybe you're watching this in the future, I'll link it in the corner. But yeah, now without any more to do, I hope you're having a great rest of your day. And this is Jave Entertainment, out.